Hello! Big news from our friends over at DistroKid. They now have an app. This app works on iOS and Android, of course, and it's available in the Apple Store and Google Play stores and all the stores where you buy apps. Go check it out. It's got a lot of cool features. You can upload new releases, you can get notified when you've earned royalties. Awesome. You can withdraw from the app via push notifications. A little dangerous for me, but rad. Anyways, go check it out. It's all at distrokid.com/app. And don't forget, you can still get 30% off your DistroKid account by going to distrokid.com/VIP/tour stories. Have a great one. We would like to celebrate our friends and supporters over at isotope.com, fine makers of audio software for repair, mixing, and mastering. You know their goods: RX10, Neutron 4, Ozone 11, Nectar 4. Chris and I love them, we use them, and we know you'll love them too. And right now they're having a New Year's sale on many of their software bundles. Go to isotope.com and check it all out. And use code RUIN10 when you check out to get your discount. Again, it's izotope.com. And enjoy.
Well,
Hey, Kyle. It's Joe Plumber.
hey man, my toilet's been backed up for weeks, and I was talking to Donna, I think, about getting some accessories, and
I was calling about doing the tour stores thing. Are you able to do that?
sorry, is this the plumber?
No, it's Joe Plumber. Come on.
Joe Plumber.
Yeah.
Yeah, I spoke to Donna about getting some accessories for my toilet.
Okay. Yeah, copy. Are you like fucking with me, or are you pissed because I've been bothering you, or what?
Well, no, it's just that I've been trying to get these accessories put on the shitter for like 3 weeks now.
Yeah. Okay. Can we maybe talk next week? Maybe when you're in a better mood or something?
I'm getting pretty backed up here, if you know what I mean.
Okay. All right. Well. Hello. I hope you're well. Today's story is a very special tour story because it is one of the first, if not the first, tour story I ever captured with my pal and drummer extraordinaire, Kyle Crane. Enjoy. From Ruinous Media, this is Tour Stories.
I think we were in Spokane. Or is it Spokane? How do you guys say it?
Can. Some people say
Spokane.
can, some people say cane. But
We're in Spokane, Washington. This is with a great band out of Boston called The Grown Up Noise that I started touring with when I was like 19. And so we'd go every summer when college let out. So we would tour in this vegetable-powered old van. And Adam, the bass player, he was the mastermind behind it and had all these like weird stock filters. And we'd pull up to Thai restaurants. We'd always be on the quest for grease after the gig. You know, you see those little black pipes that come out of these weird trash can looking things.
yeah, out of a dumpster.
Like our eyes would light up when we saw that. And if sometimes you score good grease, sometimes there's like gloves in it and cigarettes and stuff. And that's when you know a restaurant is crappy.
Wow.
If they don't take care of the grease.
Looking at the restaurant through the grease backwards.
Yeah.
Mm.
So we just did this gig in Spokane, and we're driving, and people kept pulling up to us on the highway and kind of pointing. It's one of those things where you're like, dude, what's your problem? Quit pointing. Like, what? You know? And another person would pull up and start frantically pointing at the van. Finally, we figured out that it was leaking. I think we had like 100 gallons? Could that fit in the van? I want to say it was 100 gallons.
Tank?
Yeah.
Gas tanks are usually
Can that
12 to 16
Okay,
for
then-
gas.
In my head, it was 100.
I mean, I don't think 100.
To me, it was 100.
Okay. Sounds like it.
It was like the entire back cargo thing.
Oh, because it might have been a special tank.
Yeah.
It was visible
Yeah. It was a big metal thing
in the van.
in the van, and people were pointing at us because it was pouring out of the back of the van.
Gotcha.
One of the things had broke, the soldering points or
so people are pointing at the big tank.
Pointing out, and then gas is just pouring out on the highway. So we pull over off the highway and
But this gas is grease.
It's grease. And it's illegal to have these. It's like not street legal to have what we had. So it's not good to get caught with it. I don't know, some kind of. So we pull into a Taco Bell parking lot, and it's just pouring out all over the Taco Bell parking lot. And the manager comes out and he's like, "What the hell's going on here? I'm calling the cops!" Because it was like killing his grass. It's just flooding out. And then Adam's like, everybody get in the van. Because we had all the tubs, the merch tubs out underneath it trying to catch the grease. Right? So all these shirts were spilled all over the van because he just threw them under there, and we're like, what do we do? So right when the Taco Bell guy was threatening us, he's like, everybody get in the van. He's like, oh, hell no, you ain't going nowhere. You're going to stay here and clean this up. And so he's like, get in the van. Everybody get in the van. And we jumped in the van, and they threw this big bucket of grease on me and like poured all over me. And he kind of peels out because the Taco Bell guy's like, come back here. Hey, get back here. And so when we sped off, rather than like do a U-turn, we had to go through the Taco Bell, drive-through. So we left this circle of grease through first all over their grass and then a trail of grease kind of just through the drive-through. So we take off. Adam and Paul the singer are freaking out. They're convinced that we're going to get arrested. And there's a trail everywhere we go. So we go down the street. We found a dirt road, like to really lose them. So we pull down this dirt road and just park it. And they're just kind of staring at it like, what do we do? And it's just flooding out like a waterfall. And so they start covering up all the grease marks and the dirt with like hay and stuff, like trying to cover the trail. I don't know. They're paranoid at this point. Like they're convinced that a sheriff was going to come arrest them because of the Taco Bell people. So somebody was like, it's probably Adam because he's a really nice guy. He's like, you know what? We need to just go back to Taco Bell and make right with the owner. We'll get some kitty litter and we'll soak up all the grease. And so we went back to the Taco Bell. They dumped all this kitty litter all over the grease to try and soak it up, and then kind of shoveled it up. I think it's there for life. I want to find out where the Taco Bell is and go see it.
How long were you at Taco Bell?
I remember them being kind of upset with me at the time because I was just filming everything because I thought it was funny, and they were pissed at me at the time. But now that I think I took one of our songs and made like a music video out of them putting the hay all over the grease.
Yeah.
And they thank me now, but at the time I wasn't being very helpful.
Right.
But you only need so many people to put kitty litter down,
Yeah, that's true.
It's a 3-person job.
Yeah, of course.
Somebody's
I didn't even think about that.
And the guy was like, I did call the cops on you guys, but, let it go. So now I guess there's a guy in Portland that fixes veggie vans. That's his thing. It's a niche thing. So we drove down to Portland, pull into this guy's driveway, and it's really sketchy. There's like a dog licking antifreeze and a couple chickens in the back with like this stump where chickens were probably slaughtered. You know, it's all bloody, this bloody stump. And this guy and his son, they got like overalls on, and like, all right, well, it's gonna be probably 8 hours till we could figure it out. So we're just kind of sitting in this driveway, kind of just chilling, and all of a sudden, a guy comes running up to us. He goes, "Did you see a guy come running through here? Some guy just hit a girl on her bike." And I was like, "Oh man." She go, "Okay." And he's like, "It was a hit and run. We're looking for him." All these cop cars were everywhere. And then right after that, I saw like 2 people walk by, and I heard them whisper something like they were the people who did it. And I saw them go into this house. So I called the cops and was like, "I just heard these people go by." And one of them said, "Johnny just hit this girl," or blah, blah, blah. So then the cops came over to the driveway. They're interrogating, they're asking me where they went. And I kind of pointed at this house, and all the cops came over and surrounded there. Anyway, that was just a little side thing that happened. While we're waiting, finally get the van back. At this point, we still have to make this show in like San Luis Obispo or something. And we just ate up all our time with, the Taco Bell incident. And then this, we're like, I guess we can make it if we leave now and don't stop for food and just eat those chips that are in the van. So we go on the way down there. It overheats. This is in August, by the way. Yeah. Van overheats, so everybody's in their underwear. And I have like my leg propped so that there's airflow, Yeah. Just trying to get any source of air. Van overheats, so we have to crank the heat.
I know that one, yes.
So everybody's just suffering. One point we had to pull over, probably from the van overheating. And Adam gets out, goes and pees on the side of the road, gets poison ivy all over his junk. Like, that was just... So he's on like a whole nother level of suffering. So we finally arrive to this place. It's at this like weird yacht club, San Luis Obispo. I don't know how far that drive is. Like it's
12 hours.
12? Felt like 20. I'm going to go with 20 because I went with 100.
Or it could be closer
100
to 15.
gallons.
Could be 15.
Played this show. There was like this old Vietnam vet who scribbled out all this stuff and handed it to the singer. He was having some kind of flashbacks during one of our songs. And I think this Paul, the singer, like framed it. And then luckily, the cello player had like a family friend that had a beach house. So we went there right after the show. And I just like walked into the ocean kind of like the dude in Shawshank Redemption when he made it out of the tube with the feces. Like I made it home. Yeah.
Yeah. Was this over the course of a day and a half?
That was one trip.
Spokane, Portland, show in San Luis Obispo.
Yeah.
Walk into the ocean.
Yeah, we were supposed to stop like halfway.
Right.
Get a hotel or something. But
what'd you learn?
I didn't get poison ivy. I think he learned to not go pee in some random bushes in the dark. He learned the hard way.
So those guys fixed the van.
They fixed it. Yeah. That may have been the last tour that we did that with. We did a few tours in it leading up to that. It's pretty good. I mean, you could go 2 months and spend like $200 on gas.
Yeah. So you use that stuff, you drive around collecting grease. Why would you even spend $200?
Because you started on diesel for like 5 minutes to heat up the grease, and then you flip a switch and turn it off, and then go on and then sometimes if you can't find it, you gotta just get regular gas.
And you can Your car can do that, or your van can do that.
I uploaded it to YouTube, which doesn't help the police chase. It should still be on there.
Thank you, Kyle, and thank you all for listening. If you like this story, go to ruinousmedia.com/tour stories to hear more. You can also hear my companion podcast, The Check-In, and please subscribe. Also, check out the Ruinous Media YouTube channel, where there are tons of videos and podcasts from our larger Ruinous Media network.